What's going on, everybody? Joel here from Stay for Ready Exotics, and we got, as always, Mr. Chattery Phoenix over here hanging out, doing his thing. As you can see, he is trying to join in the conversation per usual. But today's video, just kind of wanted to talk about het markers. I think that's kind of like a unique subject that I haven't really seen any videos on it, so I think that's kind of, I don't know, something to chatter about. There he is, just chattering away. And so another thing I just kind of wanted to rant about is like making a strategy year. So yeah, without further ado, let's wander into the snake room. Alright, so here we are, snake room time, right? And I preemptively pulled this little dude out because he's like the perfect snake for what we want to really talk about today. So speaking of like het markers and you know, characteristics that may give you some inferences into whether something is actually carrying a recessive trait, this little dude here is 100% het for clown and 50% het for pied. So with that being said, I feel like he exhibits some of the tall tale signs of the het pied markers. So for the het pied markers, a lot of the indicators for that obviously would be like a ringer or something like that, but also there is this concept of tracks on the tail, which, you know, probably be cutting that in right now. And so it's been commonly referred to when there are these tracks running down the tail of the snake that may indicate that the snake is actually het for pied. And I think that's an interesting concept because a lot of these animals, you know, they are carrying a lot of other genes within them that we just can't see. And you know, it's crazy because, you know, you obviously can't see that this is a het clown. And you can't see that this is a het pied. You just have to know based on the parents and the pairings that gave you the offspring. But I do find it interesting that a lot of these trackers or traits or markers or whatever you want to call them seem to actually be proving out. And so another reason this snake is perfect for this example is because he is actually 100% het for pied, so I know that without the shadow of a doubt. And something that I find really interesting in this is a conversation I had with my buddy CJ over at Cold Blooded Therapy. He was telling me forever ago that het clowns have a white tip on the very bottom of the tail. And this snake here actually does have a white tip on the very tip of its tail. And so what I did is I went ahead and looked around at all the other snakes I have in here that are het for clown, and literally all of them have a white tip on the end of their tail. And so this could be a complete coincidence, or maybe there is a little bit of validity to the fact that these snakes actually might be exhibiting some het markers or something like that. But I don't know, I don't really think this is something that maybe is 100% valid. You know, obviously the only way to know is to breed the animals out, but just kind of like an interesting little thing that I've noticed kind of working with these animals throughout the past few years, and I would love all of your input on what you think about this. Additionally, a little self-plug here real quick. This little dude is actually available. This is, like I had said, a male 100% het for clown, 50% het for pied. Because of those markers though, I actually would be very, very shocked if he didn't actually prove out to be 100% het pied. And honestly, First $70 shipped, we'll take this guy home. So if you're interested in this male, let me know. Shoot me a message down below in the comments or on Instagram, or my email is in the description. And I'm sure we can get this gorgeous little dude sent over to you ASAP. All right, so I guess on to kind of the main subject I really wanted to talk about in this video is breeding for the future. And what I mean by that is not necessarily making your breeding plans to sell those animals in the upcoming year or, you know, as soon as they hatch, etc. But to be holding all of those animals back and really building that like foundation for your project. I think that takes a lot of like determination and willpower in order to do that. Let's say you have a clown and a pied. Well, it would be a lot easier to breed a het pied or a visual pied to that pied and really just, you know, make some really cool visual recessive animals. But what you can do with those is you can breed those obviously together. And those double hets, you know, take forever to go. Like you're gonna have to wait, you know, 2-3 years for the females to get up to size and then breed those back. And then you're looking at that like, what is it, 1 in 16 to hit the double visual. But in the end, I think going that double visual route and taking that extra 2-3 years really to really amplify your projects and move it forward, I think is gonna be not only instrumental for you and your brand, but instrumental for building really amazing projects. And I think that's the direction, obviously I've talked about this in previous videos, I think that's the direction the industry is heading, into like this double recessive arena where everybody's just pumping out all this incredible stuff. Like I have seen the coolest stuff in double het form coming out right now, and I think it's so exciting. It's just such a cool time to be breeding ball pythons and be in the industry, because we're seeing snakes that have literally just never been made before regularly. Like they're all over the place. It's so awesome. So I wanted to give a quick little shout out to Reggie over Reggies Urban Jungle. I know he's doing a ton right now with making some double hets, and I think that's such a cool thing. You know, he's putting that Desert Ghost to so many cool combos and really laying that foundation for where he's going in the near future, because I don't know if you all have been paying attention, but Desert Ghost is like, it's like the next biggest thing right now, it seems like. Like everybody's getting it into everything, and it makes every animal I've seen better. And I know that that's what you keep hearing, and that's what everybody keeps saying, that they haven't seen a combo that looks bad with Desert Ghost, because it's true. It's honestly true. It's doing such incredible things, and especially when you start layering in those double recessives, like the Desert Ghost Pied, the Desert Ghost Clown. Those are such cool snakes, and we've only began to scratch the surface on what some of these combos can be done. Like take for instance anything Justin has touched with the Clown project. All of that laced on top of Desert Ghost, but it's gonna be absolutely insane. Like the Pompeii Desert Ghost, you know, I'm sure he's probably only 6 months away from hitting it, but that animal will be marvelous. And so I guess really what I'm ranting about here is seeing everybody really push their double recessives and take these like big leaps into not necessarily instant gratification, but prolonged sustainability and epicness has kind of made me change some potential breeding plans I had set out this year into some different directions that I think aren't necessarily gonna pay off financially this season, but will put me light years ahead in seasons to come. And ultimately that will end up paying off more than, you know, just pumping out the same animals over and over again year after year. But before we wrap this video up, let's get some eye candy out, show off some snakes from this year. And I also wanted to let you all know that I think I'm gonna do my very first secret breeding this year. Y'all can take a guess down below in the comments. Even if you get it right, I probably won't even say anything. But this has been, like I said, I've been really thinking about breedings and taking things to the next level. And so I think this is gonna be a really cool year. And I'm sure I'll actually end up saying what I'm doing very shortly, but I don't know, pretty excited for this pairing. And we'll see actually if it goes through. If it doesn't go through, I'll share sooner. If it does go through, maybe I won't share it until the eggs are on the ground. I don't know. Interesting thought. All right, so here she is, the Mojave Puzzle. She actually just had her second shed here at State 48, and she is just looking stunning. I had to pull her out and show her off really quick. What I really need to do is I need to get those cool carts everybody has that they show off all their snakes on. That's what this room is missing, a really cool cart. Yeah, maybe Santa will bring me one of those. Okay, everybody, that kind of wraps up today's video. I want to thank you all so much for sticking around. If you're still here and you're not a subscriber, you should jump on down there and hit that subscribe button, because it makes me feel really special inside. And while you're at it, hit that like button if you would be so kind. But yeah, let me know what you all think about het markers and a strategy year. Let's open up a conversation, I guess, on some of those things. But without further ado, I hope you all are having a great morning, night, evening, whenever you may be watching this. Until next time, we will see you all later.